So we are going to talk regular season win totals. Never too early to talk a little football, even make some bets on football. What's up, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. That way you never miss our new show, the NFL Power Hour, every Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're looking at the Broncos here. 10.5 is where they're at. Higgs, what's your first reaction when you saw this number for the Broncos? We know they just got quarterback Russell Wilson, so that's the big deal
Did
in
they?
Colorado.
I thought Brock
Oh,
Osweiler
you
was
didn't
back.
hear? It's kind of a big deal. I love that they played the Seahawks in week 1 also. But yeah, what were your thoughts on this?
All right, well, good trade. They need a quarterback. They haven't had one since Manning came in here at the tail end of his career. I think Russ is a little better physical specimen right now than when Payton came to town. But I like the under. 10.5 is I think a pretty heavy duty number there. I mean, last I checked, you still have Kansas City, who I think is going to be down a little bit. San Diego's still a good team. A lot of love for the Raiders. People are talking playoffs for this team. I mean, this is. I did Dallas last week. This is the same kind of division where I see teams just beating up on each other. Maybe somebody goes 5-1, but really 3-3s across the board. Who is this team going 4-2? I look at the schedule. You mentioned Seattle first week. I've already bet Seattle in 4.5. I've already taken Seattle. You know, okay, is Russ Wilson a better quarterback than whoever Seattle trots out there in week 1? Okay, but you know what?
Yeah.
You spent 10 years at that team. I'm pretty sure the coach kind of knows your ins and outs and your strengths and your weaknesses. And let's be honest, they're his friend. They want to go out there and be like, you want to get out of here so bad? We got something in store for you. So, I mean, like, I could see him losing that game. They follow that up with the Texans, who, again, they're home. They should win that game, right? You should beat the Texans. But you look at the schedule. I mentioned Texans. They play the Colts. That's not a gimme. Tennessee's not a gimme. The Jaguars probably a gimme. It's a road game. You should win that one. But I look at the schedule again. San Francisco, is that you should win this? Lance looks like he's going to get the call here. I look at the schedule. I see 8 wins, maybe 9, maybe 9 if you get the toss up. Maybe you take both games from the Chargers or something, or you get a fluke play there. But I mean, 10.5. What am I missing? Are you bringing Randy Gregory from the Cowboys? All right, I'm a Cowboy fan. Randy Gregory's great. Guy hasn't played a full season ever. Is he going to be healthy now and be a great number 2 to Chubb on defense against a pro? I can't. How are you betting on somebody who hasn't played in 5 years? I can't. And half the time when he's not hurt, he's out on a drug-related suspension. The wide receivers, they got their receivers. Cortland Sutton's good. Judy's a solid guy, but this team still has Melvin Gordon as part of their 1-2 combination in the backfield. I don't know. For me, 10.5. I have to go under. I mean, going over this entire schedule, I look at it. At Baltimore is not an easy game. At Carolina, we could laugh about Baker. Who knows that? I mean, Mark Rule's he's going to be on a hot seat. That. So you're going into that game in November. Who knows what Carolina weather is? Okay, Russ is used to the snow and rain out in Seattle. Okay, it's not a cakewalk. 10.5 wins is way too many. Okay. 2 versus KC, 2 versus the Chargers. You got the Colts who are a playoff team. Tennessee, we'll be talking about that later on. That's not an easy game. I don't see, again, 8-9, 9-8 for this team. I mean, if they win 10, I would be shocked. I'd say I'd shave my eyebrows, but I don't want to do that. I got to keep my eyebrows. I do not see this team winning 10 games, more or less 11 to go over. Not happen. No way.
Do you think this line, first of all, what was their season win total last season? I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I don't even know. I mean,
do you think this line is inflated because of Russ Wilson? That's really my main question.
But it has to be. Okay, they get a new coach. He was the OC in Green Bay. Okay, Aaron Rodgers. Are you really? You got 2 different kind of quarterbacks the way they play between Rodgers and. I'm not saying Russ isn't as good. I mean, he's awesome. The guy's he's very good. I'm not bad mouthing the guy, but you got a new coach coming in, so you're working on your whole West Coast kind of stuff in your short passing game. You still got to get on the same page as things. Again, at 10.5, this isn't it's not the Legion of Boom defense. Like when if it was some kind of super defense, I didn't even mention. I just brought the Seattle defense up because that's who we took to the Super Bowl with. This defense is not that defense. You got a couple of decent guys over there. It's not a shutdown unit by any stretch of the means. Where is the 10.5? Where are they coming from? Well, I look at. I mean, where is it? Seattle, Houston, San Fran, Vegas, Indy, the Chargers, the Jets. Okay, beat the Jets on at home. The Jaguars on the road. Again, you should win there. Tennessee on the road. I think that's a loss. You got Vegas at Carolina, at Baltimore. That's a tough back-to-back spot. Then that Baltimore. You got Kansas City on deck after that. I mean, that's just a bad look-ahead spot right out of the gate.
Right.
Arizona. You got the Rams on Christmas Day. That's a loser in LA. You're not winning that one. And after that, you got a New Year's Day game versus Kansas City on the road. That's a loser. You wind up with the Chargers. You go into the playoffs with 3 straight losses.
Bam.
I mean,
All right.
I don't understand. I mean, okay, Hackett comes over, good offensive coordinator. He had Aaron Rodgers. That guy makes any guy look good. I mean, he's awesome. I mean, we could go on and on about their wide receivers. They don't take any, but I mean, all right. Maybe the guy's a miracle worker. I just don't see it in his team. The defense isn't strong enough to carry this team to. You need 11 wins. Good luck getting 11 wins.
Yeah, that's a lot of action there. That's a lot of winning. So I think it's needless to say at this point, we're going under the 10.5 wins is what we're going to roll with here for the Broncos.
I'd go under 9. I'd find a alternate and go under the 9.
Really? I like that. I like the way you roll.
At best, this is a 9-win
shop around, everybody. Don't forget, shop around. We're using BetMGM lines, but there are tons of other books out there. So always shop your lines around, especially if we're talking about futures. I like to mention this every show. These are future bets for anyone who's new at betting. So this means that the money that you place on them is going to be locked up until the season is over. Okay, so you're putting a lot of money on hold that you can't play with. So keep that in mind as you're making these bets, and keep your limits a little bit lower just because of that. Now, Sean Higgs over at picksandparlays.net on the leaderboards. You are number 4 over the last 30 days, up $245. Tell the people what you've been up to over at the site and where they can find your premium plays.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Why did it say shocked under my name? I'm shocked that they have 10.5 wins. So right now it's baseball. I'm a baseball guy. Love my dogs. I mean, you see the leaderboard. I pump out a lot of baseball. Although yesterday and today, not a lot of action. Some days it's just not there. But I'm just grinding away on my dogs, some totals, maybe a few run lines. But again, Hall of Fame game. Football's right around the corner. I'm excited about that. I do totals. I lock into season stuff ahead of time. So I'm one of those guys with a little bankroll I could throw out there. Cast that little line. Hopefully, you'll grab a few. We'll see how we do. But listen, it's summer. It's August is coming. It's a lot of baseball. But NFL, don't be afraid to do some preseason NFL, folks. The coaches tell you exactly who's going to play. I don't want to say it's easy. I never say things are easy, but you could find a little bit of an edge during preseason football.
Yes. And if you really want an edge, grab one of our professional handicappers and put them in your pocket. You could get a week-long pass, a month-long pass, a whole year long. You can buy the entire NFL package, all of Sean Higgs picks, or any of our cappers over at picksandparlays.net and use that promo code CFL. It saves you 20% off whatever you get on the site. Sean Higgs, thank you so much for joining the NFL Power Hour. We'll see you every day at noon Eastern on Midday Money to hear your breakdown on baseball props and NFL futures. Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, we're going to move right along.